Hey guys, so unfortunately, a lot of the footage got lost for this episode, as well as the next episode. There will be footage for the next episode because some of it had already been saved separately, as well as some stuff that I like take on my phone occasionally, or Nisha will take on her phone. So that all was separate footage, but I'm an idiot and I lost the spy glasses, so they still had the memory card in them with a whole bunch of footage on it, and unfortunately we lost all of the footage from the flea market for this episode, but still we'll show you the finds, what we got and stuff. It would have been good footage. I'm pretty bummed that it did not end up getting, at least put on a computer or something prior to me losing it, because I did have the opportunity. I'm really mad I didn't do it, but these things happen, so we'll just move on from this, and unfortunately won't have any live footage for this episode, and we'll go from there in the next episode. Alright guys, so just got back from the flea market a little while ago, got all of our stuff stacked out here, and I would say it was a pretty successful day.
Yes.
Yeah, we found quite a few things. Kind of started out the same way it did last time I went to Santa Cruz Flea Market, where you start out at the first aisle, maybe first 6 or 7 vendors we went through, it was nothing.
Yeah.
So it was, starting to look like it might not be great, and then as normal it kind of comes, but then looking at it, these are both from just 2 different people.
Yeah, we picked up 1 or 2 things here and there, but we definitely hit 2 booths that were more of a jackpot.
Yeah. And I mean, there was nothing no crazy find. There was one thing I was really happy about. A couple things I was pretty happy about, as far as value for what we paid for it. But yeah. Anyway, so let's get into what we found. I guess we'll start with these, since these were towards the beginning. We found a couple of really good quality. They had PS2 games and Wii and stuff out there, but nothing special. But they had this one, Tokobot, for PSP. It's a PSP exclusive, complete.
And Magician's Quest, Mysterious Times, also complete.
Yeah, which I've never heard of that game before, but you can always put pretty good faith into something that's a cartoony Konami game. Is probably going to be worth a little bit of something at least. So,
and it's probably a fun game too.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun, and I think how much did we pay for those? $8 for both, I think.
Yeah.
She wanted 5 apiece, and I offered her 8 for both, and it took her a really long time to decide she wanted to part with that $2.
And what was worse was she acted like she was already cutting us a deal, because she was like, oh, I was already giving you money off for that one. And it's like, well, then you say that. You don't just tell us the second price.
I don't care what random price you had in your head prior to speaking, but that's not what you said. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it was well worth it for $4 a piece for those.
Yeah.
So they're pretty fun little games. Next little group we got were these. You kind of convinced me to get these, and I'm glad we did, actually. Because I wouldn't normally go for them. It's just a pile of Genesis sports games that we literally dug out of, the bottom and middle of these little bins that were full of, random cords and shit.
The one of them was in, a different box, and that was the first one we found, and there were, hairbrushes and, combs, and I was like, this is all... Oh, and razors. I had to dig through some razors.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So you risked your life and probably your health for this.
For the sake of video game collecting.
A few Genesis sports games. So there's Tommy Lasorda Baseball. Joe Montana 2 Sports Talk Football.
NBA Showdown 94. Label's kind of faded, but it's fine.
Now we have for Genesis and Super Nintendo. I think that was the only ones it came out on. World Championship Soccer.
FIFA International Soccer, and this one's in really good condition, actually.
We're well on our way to getting that on every system. We have it complete in box over here for Super Nintendo, and complete in box for the 3DO right there.
Boy.
So we're gonna get every FIFA International Soccer. It was on
Did you say this one?
Oh, did I? Oh, no, I didn't. Primetime NFL football, starring Deion Sanders.
Yay!
It has a great picture of him right on the front.
Deion Sanders.
It's a terrible picture. It's so bad. Yeah, so not too exciting, any of those titles, but it was worth it because we got 6 games and I gave him, what, $5?
Yeah, he was just like, whatever.
Yeah, he had no idea nor care. I mean, clearly, since they were in the bottom of a bin.
That wasn't even like the right bin for them to be in.
It was definitely not his concern, so.
Yeah.
So next one were these, I think.
I guess.
Yeah. So this guy had all kinds of stuff, and as is pretty common when you go to these flea market vendors, a lot of them, they're just like in a box, and you can tell that they like sit out in the sun all day and kind of get like baked and like discolored and stuff, and most of his games were just absolutely awful.
Yeah, the plastic was crumbled, the labels were like... I picked one up thinking it was going to have a gray label, and I could just see the spine, and I flipped it forward, and the label, or the cover on the front, was brown.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh!
It was completely discolored, and I think that was one that I would have bought, too.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was. I'm sure it was in the footage. Anyway, so there were a few that he had. A couple of the cases themselves are incredibly bad. Like, even just holding them a few minutes ago, the plastic on the outside was crumbling.
Yeah.
But they can easily be replaced. The artwork and the contents inside were fine.
Yeah, everything inside was in fine condition.
Yeah, so we decided to get a few. Had to get this one just because I literally didn't even know it was a thing. VeggieTales, Larry Boy, and the Bad Apple.
You know, I'm thinking we should do a one-off of that. So if you guys want to see a one-off of VeggieTales...
That could be fun.
We can do that.
It's probably super bad.
I know, and that's why we'll only ever play it once.
It looks really fun. Oh, it includes a parental egg timer for easy control for how long kids play.
Wow.
So we can set a timer for how long we're allowed to play this.
And then never play it again.
So we don't waste too much of our lives on it.
Okay.
The Thing, which is actually one I'm kind of excited about.
And the case is fine on that one.
Yeah, this one's like actually in pretty good shape.
Yeah, we should show them the case. Like, look at this.
It's like completely split open.
There's no spine covering.
But the artwork is like somehow pretty much okay.
Yeah, it's a little faded, but it looks fine.
Yeah, on the spine it's like a tiny bit faded, but it's not bad. And it matches the color still, so it's fine. Finally got Halo for the original Xbox, the original Halo. Had a loose disc copy of this, and just like, I always thought I would come across a case and manual for it, and it just never happened. And I'm obviously not, like, you can order the case and manual, but you're going to end up paying more for that than you can find the game for like this. So happy we finally found that. I'm pretty sure that completes all the Halo games, I think.
Cool, except for the newest?
Except for Halo 5, yeah. Yeah, I think. Oh no, Halo Wars. We don't have Halo Wars.
Okay.
But that doesn't really count.
Okay.
Anyway, and then this is actually one I just found out existed like last week when I was looking at original Xbox games. Whacked, Xbox original exclusive. So that'll be a nice addition.
This is a really good illustration of just how bad the case is, too. I'm sure you can see this in the video.
It's just so bad. But again, the inside is actually really, really nice.
Yeah.
So I think it's just from being left out in the sun, it just cracked all the plastic. The rest is okay.
And then in the same lot, we found a bunch of N-Gage games that he was like, oh, these are super rare. Someone told me, and he trying to sell them for like quite a bit, and you were like, they're not worth anything.
Yeah, he wanted, I think, $5 a piece, which honestly is not terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna ask him to come down on the prices anyway.
Yeah.
I think that we totaled it up, and it would have been like $32.
Yeah.
Something like that from the base prices he was asking for everything. And then, so we were going to put back a couple of the N-Gage games.
Yeah.
So I didn't really care. And then he offered $20 for all the games, so
yeah,
it was definitely worth doing. So yeah, all of them are complete with the manual and everything. Just a
little case thingy.
Whatever, like a little travel case or something. This absolutely bizarre packaging on these things.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as bad as some systems like the 3DO, like the giant box, but just, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. So, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, which I was looking at upside down for the longest time and wondering why I couldn't read it.
It's quite a confusing cover.
And then,
WWE Aftershock.
I didn't see the E on here and I was really confused. And this is complete too. And those were the two that we almost put down because I was like, oh, well, I feel like those are the least worth it out of the group.
Yeah. Turns out that one's actually like $15, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I just felt like it was nothing. Like, it's just a wrestling game.
But it also was only for N-Gage, so that makes it like kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah. Ashen, which I don't think I knew anything about. Did you?
I don't know anything about it. It just says it's a 3D first-person shooter.
Yeah.
Exclusively for N-Gage. I don't know.
Ghost vision viewing mode to detect invisible enemies.
Well, it's pretty exciting. Yeah, and then one sealed one.
Glimmerati.
Glimmerati. Is that a racing game?
Yeah, it's a elite racing game.
Oh, elite.
What does it say? Oh, it's called something. Oh, yeah. Welcome to extravagant high society racing. So, as you can tell, there were only white people on them.
Oh, great. High society. That guy looks like a douchebag.
I know, he does not look like high society.
No, not even.
He's wearing like a wife beater and gold chains and has like
earrings
like a cop stash and a mullet.
Oh my god. Well, anyway, so never really see N-Gage games out in the wild. So I'm kind of happy we picked those up, even though we don't have an N-Gage
at the
moment. But one day we will get one. It's on the list. Okay, so next big... Well, I guess we'll do this one.
Do you need help?
Perhaps. You can just pick the stuff out of here if you want. So we got a nice little lot of like random stuff. I kind of was going through, stepping over. He had stuff spread out everywhere, and like found random items, and eventually worked up to a price for them. Mm-hmm. So there's this little lot, this box with like random crap in it. For some reason, there's a random PS1 controller in this.
Yeah.
But it's just like a 360 lot. Do you want to take everything out?
I guess this is a fan thingy you put on the back.
Yeah, it's like an off-brand, third-party thing.
Yeah. Intercooler.
Yeah. I don't know. They're supposed to be helpful, but I don't know how much good they actually do. I've had my 360 for how long now? Like 6-7 years? No, more. I don't know. Close to 10 years, probably. And it's always been fine. Like, I don't know.
You don't live in Nevada. A PS1 controller, as we said.
Kind of gross.
Yeah, kind of nasty, but also better than a lot of controllers we've seen.
It's true. There's some pretty gross ones out there.
Okay, then we have...
I don't know.
Another phone charger thing.
No, that's for...
like a DS.
Yeah, that's for all the different kinds of DSs and like PSP.
Cool.
We have one of those, but for the...
Now we have another.
Yeah, we have a USB one now. Was he like plugging that into this 360, do you think?
Probably. He was like, oh, it fits.
Alright, so it came with AV cables and power cable, which is nice.
And a USB cable.
Great!
A memory drive or whatever. Hard drive. The whole brick and everything.
Jesus Christ.
And the world's most disgusting Xbox.
Yeah, this thing...
I can't even get it out. There.
This thing looks seriously ugly. It's like, the one side is like kind of okay.
I know, this is the only side I saw.
And then this side is just disgusting. And then he like took off the faceplate and put the one from, I think this is the Halo 3 limited edition 360. So he like randomly got this plate and decided to put it on there because it would look cool or something.
I feel like it's probably some kid did it and then he got it like that and he was like, I don't know, here.
Maybe, I don't know.
You know.
I mean, well, he said this was his son's.
So his son probably did that.
From. Yeah.
I bet his son got this at like a flea market or something.
Maybe, yeah. So we tried it out and it turned on. It didn't red ring, surprisingly enough. I mean, every time I buy one of these used, I kind of count on it being a red ring. But it actually didn't red ring. It turns on and everything, but it's not playing games. Nisha did a little bit of research and figured out that basically we can just try to clean it out and the problem might fix itself.
Yeah. Or we can sit there apparently opening and closing the disc tray for 5 minutes.
Yeah, just in some vague hope that that's going to work.
That sounds like the weirdest, like...
I do not know.
Okay.
Anyway, and then he also had this thing laying around, which he wanted like $3 for, so it became part of the deal. Still need to try this one out.
Just making sure there are no batteries in there.
Yeah.
We should have...
Just a random Guitar Hero Xbox 360 controller, and the buttons feel pretty good on it. They don't feel loose or sticky, so hopefully this one will work okay. It's always worth a shot for $3. And then we did also find a surprisingly good condition copy of Halo 3 just chilling in the Xbox disc tray. Again, when you buy a system at a flea market and you can't open it, it's a good chance that you're going to find a game inside.
And this one?
Yeah, that one was also laying around. He wanted like $2 for it.
The Die Hard trilogy.
Die Hard trilogy. We had this one loose disc, but
Yeah.
now we have it complete. So
Yeah, now we can see which disc is better. Probably ours.
Probably. I don't know.
It's just really dusty, but yeah. 3 maximum adventures.
What does that mean?
1 explosive package. Apparently there are 3 games on 1.
That's just a very strange way to phrase that.
They're probably very short.
I'm sure. These are probably like the old ones, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. These are like 3D. I think it's just referring to like they have it like it's really one game, but it's just all 3 movies.
Okay.
Yeah. I have no idea. There you go. Anyway, so ended up paying him $17 for all that. So pretty good. I mean, even just the cords themselves are basically worth that. So
I thought he said $50.
I did too.
But then I didn't realize that he ever said 15 again.
Oh.
And then he said 17, and I was like, he's about to pay $70 for like an Xbox.
You were probably freaking out over there.
I know, and I was like, I'm sure he knows what's going on. And then I really thought about it, and I was like, you would have just like dropped it on the ground and walked away.
Yeah, pretty much. You know me better than that. I'm not going to pay for that at a flea market. That would be insane. So anyway, we walked around for a while and didn't really find a whole lot. I mean, we found like some DVDs. We got a nice little stack of DVDs we wanted today, including some pretty silly ones. We're not going to get into that. I bought Howard the Duck today, okay? It happens. And then towards the end, we found another nice little stack of games. I think that actually last time we went up there, we bought some stuff from this guy.
Really?
I think it was the same guy, I'm pretty sure. It was like in generally the same area. That's
He
what I
seems
remembered.
pretty happy to cut you decent deals. Maybe not
Yeah.
the best deal, but he'll like work with you.
He's just one of those people that has like a really screwed up way of like figuring out what games are worth. Like he thinks some stuff is worth
way more than it actually is.
Yeah, he wanted $20 for a loose with a manual cart of what was it? I can't remember what it is. It's like a $10 complete in box NES game. It's like one of the most worthless NES games, and he wanted. I'm sure it's like in the footage somewhere, but yeah, he wanted $20 for it. I'm like, it's not. No.
Yeah. That's when you pull out your phone and show them the real price. And you're like, that's unethical.
But you don't want to do that for other stuff because you're getting deals. So, and then he wanted $20. He had a really nice complete in box like football game or something for Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like it was in really good shape, but it's fucking Super Nintendo sports game. Like, no, it's not worth $20.
Yeah.
So, I'd pay $5 for that, but not $20.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we found all kinds of stuff. They had a lot of games out there, actually. A lot of them were kind of the general flea market problem where they're either empty or it's the wrong game inside because they don't check this stuff.
Yeah. Or the case is destroyed.
Yeah, or no manual or whatever. But he had good deals. Most of the games were like $2 a piece, and then he was like, every third game is free.
Yeah.
And then the loose disc games were $1 a piece, so definitely able to find a few deals in there.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. I don't know if any of these are...
Yeah, I'll open them up for you. They're complete. This one is, anyway.
Pro Skater 4. Also complete.
Yeah. Had both of those loose disc. But did not have cases.
Summoner. There's no manual.
Yeah.
But that was okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's not like a super expensive game or anything, but it was alright. I can probably get a manual for a couple $2 online if I really want to.
007 Nightfire. Complete and in very good condition.
Yeah, had to scrounge up different parts for this. This is like a Frankenstein Nightfire.
And you took the disc from another one.
Yeah, and like the manual from somewhere else. I don't know.
Project Gotham Racing. Complete.
Yeah, this is another one we had loose disc, and I used to have this complete, but I don't know what happened to it.
And then we had bought those, and he was like, "Oh, pick up another game while you're at it."
Yeah.
And so we picked up Far Cry Instincts.
Yeah.
Which is disc only and as the world's worst case.
It's so bad.
But
everything else is okay though.
it was free, so
yeah, really couldn't. I mean, there was a couple other ones I could have gotten that were complete or whatever, but that's the one I wanted the most.
yeah.
So,
And
again,
yeah, why not?
yeah, I can just try to find a manual sometime.
And the
really
art is not damaged; it's just the actual case.
yeah, so it's still totally worth it. And I'm really focusing on trying to get Xbox exclusive right now, so it's kind of cool. Anyway, so he had some other stuff too. We went over to the other side, and he had like a bunch of other random games, like a lot of computer games, really quite a few, and like weird ones you don't really see.
Yeah,
I felt
also like a bunch of like he had The Sims 2, but he only had one disc, and then you need 4 discs to install it. And I was like, some kid's gonna be really sad.
That was another. I saw a bunch of discs that were just like I saw Legend of Dragoon disc 1 out of 4. Like, what are you supposed to do with that? But
yeah,
whatever. So we got this one.
Pro Pinball. Is this like the 3D pinball they would have on like Microsoft in the good old days?
I mean, I think it's different, but yeah.
Because that was the most fun I've ever had in my life.
I think this one's like really because that one was just like a table that you watched.
Yeah.
You know, this one I think is like actual 3D.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Okay, hold on. Before we move on.
Okay.
Rick Setta, the 5-time world pinball champion.
Yeah, I know.
Says the ultimate, most realistic computer pinball game I've ever played. Computer's kind of confusing there, but whatever. And he has the creepiest mustache.
Who is this guy? Oh! He looks like Yanni.
If you want to know what he looks like, Google Yanni.
That's funny. Or Google Rick, whatever his name was.
Rick Stetta.
Stetta.
S-T-E-T-T-A.
Rick Stetta. Doesn't he look exactly like Yanni?
He does look exactly like... Here, I'll just put this up, hold this up. Yanni.
He looks there's another.
This is exactly what he looks like.
He literally looks exactly like that, except his mustache is not quite as magnificent.
He looks a little bit creepier than Yanni.
Yeah, Yanni just looks like... I don't know. Anyway, so also flip through the loose disc book, which is always a good idea when they're that cheap, and people aren't looking to get crazy prices for them. And we found a few things. First off being Soul Calibur 3 loose disc, which is one that we actually needed because we had the box and manual from previous. This is also like a Frankenstein one that I got. This is like this is turned into the new Brute Force.
Yeah.
Which we got like the case in one, and then like the book in a different one, and then now we got this disc.
Well, do the honors.
Another game complete.
We're gonna have to take this sticker off.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pain. Anyway, so yeah, I was happy to see that one. Then Dragon Ball GT Final Bout.
Oh, I was gonna hold that.
Okay.
Guardians Crusade.
Nightmare Creatures.
And Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
For
so
PS2.
all of these were about like $10 games, loose disc, give or take. So they were all pretty good deals. And I think Monster Hunter is more like a $16. So pretty good. I'm happy with these. I think Nightmare Creatures is actually a little more expensive.
Yeah,
too.
there was a few that you told me were like 15.
Yeah. So pretty good deal on those for $1 a piece plus whatever discount he came up with at the end. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then 2 more that I wouldn't have noticed if Nisha had not been there. I was about to pay him for this pile of stuff because they were off. And then at the table where he was, there was even more games, which is where like the Super Nintendo and NES games and stuff were. Mm-hmm. But so she managed to spot this one, which obviously she knew I would want immediately. Dragon Warrior Monsters for Game Boy Color. Pretty cool.
Pac-Man. Game program.
For your Atari 2600 home game console. So, yeah, I don't really buy a whole lot of Atari 2600 games, but that's, it's a classic, so.
That's true.
Worth getting. So that was all from him. We paid $30,
didn't we?
$30. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Oh, wait.
No. He wanted 20.
Oh, it was going to be
20.
30, but it was 20. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we paid 20. It would have been 30 if we decided to grab that NES cartridge, which just wasn't worth it. Like, I literally could go on eBay. It was in really good shape, though.
Yeah, it was.
But I could go on eBay and get it for that price, so why am I going to pay for that at a flea market?
Yeah. That's not why you're there.
Yeah, so that was actually it from the flea market, and then we decided to go to the thrift store that's like literally right outside the gate from the flea market and look around. They usually don't have a whole lot, but I think I got something last time I was there too.
Really?
They had something. But they had a couple of Xbox games as well. Another one, just because it's an Xbox exclusive, NBA Inside Drive 2002, which is complete. And then NFL Street 2, which I'm probably not going to keep. I'm going to trade this one away if anyone wants it, because it's just, we paid, what, $2.50 for each game? I think he gave me both for $5. And,
yeah, you did.
Yeah, and that one's, it's worth well more than that, so it was worth picking up. I think it's also because we bought a mirror while we were there.
Yeah.
He was more willing to...
Yeah, he was like, yeah, you guys are giving us money.
So, worked out that way. But, oh, and then I forgot all this, just random stuff, like an Xbox controller. Yeah. We wanted one of the smaller ones that aren't like the huge fucking chunk of plastic that you can't even hold. Like, she literally can't even hold one of the original ones in her hand.
And my hands aren't that small.
No. A PS2, DualShock 2. And then just some random cables, like a PS2, or no, an original Xbox AV cable, a Nintendo Wii AV cable.
And then another PS2?
Yeah, PS2. Yeah. So, you know, it was just like $2 or whatever for each one of these, so not bad. I think $3 for a couple of the like bundle deals and stuff, so yeah. Always worth picking those up if they're not asking ridiculous prices for them. But anyway, that is it for this one. I have no idea what our next adventure will be. Game hunting, I don't know. Maybe we'll go to a flea market again or go to garage sales or something. It should be picking up garage sales, I think, at about this time. It's been warm, so maybe people will be doing it around here. Hopefully the ones around this area won't be terrible and we don't have to drive all the way to Salinas. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, thanks for watching. Pretty successful day. And make sure you like the video as usual. And subscribe if you haven't down there. And that is it. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later.